This move simplifies the entire golf swing. You can use it with driver and iron, and maybe golfers have just been concentrating on the wrong part of their body for so long that another part of their body has just got in a bit of a mess. I'm going to show you one drill that I've been using to help transform my golf swing and my students' golf swing, and if you like the information in today's video, you find it useful and it helps your swing, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well if you want to see more great tips like this. So in the comments down below, I want you to tell me with your left arm if you're a right-handed golfer, which we call our lead arm in instruction, so a right-handed golfer would be the other arm as their lead arm. What's your arm meant to do on the backswing? Is it meant to bend 90 degrees, stay comfortably straight, stay bolt straight? Like, what's it meant to do? Is it meant to go out this way? Is it meant to go this way? Just in a comment, like, tell me what the lead arm is meant to do. And I think lots of you will know what it's kind of meant to do. Instruction has talked about the lead arm for years, hasn't it? Keep the lead arm straight, make sure your hands get above certain parts of your body, and it's been very lead arm kind of dominant, and I think lots of golfers do very much understand what they're meant to do with their lead arm. But in doing that, we see an unfortunate epidemic of golfers getting the trail arm. So for me, my right arm, and I struggled with this, which is why this really hits home for me and my students, getting in a complete mess, which causes horrible slice drives, poorly struck iron shots, and what we're seeing from amateurs is excessive bend so much in their trail arm. So as they go to the top of the backswing, huge bends in trail arm. This encourages bounce backs, why the club often comes out over here. It also causes poor timing of the club, which leads to poor strikes. So I've got a drill, it's so simple, and it's going to help you transform what you do with your trail arm and understand what you need to be doing with your trail arm and why it's important. What I love about this drill is you can use it as you play, and you can blend it with your shots as long as you're quite quick to try and activate it. So basically the drill's this simple. Hold the club. I've got a 9-iron in my hand here. I'm down the handle, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and take the club up to the top of my backswing with just my trail arm, and I want to feel that this arm opens up so it kind of goes out here. So I don't want to just pull the chainsaw and kind of bring it back up behind me. I want to get the grip end, so the butt end, the bit that sticks out, going from up pointing at me to out pointing at this trail wall. So I want to feel this grip end flip, because what that does is it gets you to get great trail wrist extension. So the trail wrist basically extending back, so like almost like a tray at the top of your backswing, like you're holding a tray of drinks at the top, where often with amateurs we see not much trail wrist extension. They keep that quite flat and then they bend this arm loads, which is why we see kind of these backswings. You've all seen these ones. And what this drill does, and there's a second part to it which is going to really help it kind of hit home, because at the moment I'm starting from beginning. I'm just getting the feeling of turning my shoulders, trying to keep them kind of on some realistic tilts. So you do see golfers do kind of these drills and they don't make them very realistic. Make sure you try and keep them realistic. I know the club is on the ground here, but as in the rest of my body, I'm trying to do, apart from my lead arm, which is off the club, I'm trying to do what I do in my normal swinger, but I'm trying to feel the extension in trail wrist and the stretch out with this trail arm. And the fact that I'm really opening this shoulder up. So I'm adding lots of width to my swing, which is great for power. I'm going to do it with a driver as well to get the feeling of this club. Don't be afraid to hold a bit further down if you want more club sticking out the top, because the club will feel kind of in one arm or one hand for some golfers a little bit hard to kind of wield. It'll just feel like you kind of swings you. So making it that little bit more controllable, a bit further down. Same idea though, turning shoulders, realistic, and pointing that butt end of that club right at that back wall. I'm really trying to make sure that wrist extends and this arm is stuck out this side of me. So why is that important? The more golfers get good structure on their backswing with some stretch and some width away, the easier it is for them to start ordering the downswing. The easier it is for them to actually get the club on the right path to literally just hit the ball. So they're able to correct a downswing and impact by instigating better moves on the way back. Often where the downswing is such a reaction, which makes it really hard to influence and change, if you can influence that reaction by getting into a better structure on the way back, what I find with students is the rewards are higher, the wins are higher. They don't feel they have to work so hard and they feel like they can actually control that action. Now here's the second part of the drill that's really going to make you elevate this movement and get it onto your shots. What I want you to do is start with the butt end at the behind wall for you. So I've basically got the club pointing towards target, so kind of down the target line, hands down out in front of me. Then from here, I'm going to get that grip flipping. So I'm going to take the grip from this side to this side, but obviously over my head. And what this does is it adds the speed to the backswing, which allows you to get the feeling of some stretch that happens in your natural movement. Think about this image. You've seen a picture of anyone throwing a ball in slow motion. There's great pictures of pitchers in baseball throwing a pitch, high speeds, and their arm kind of gets contorted back into a crazy position. That's all the forces and stretches pulling on their body as they put this kind of energy through the system. Often with a training drill, because they're quite slow and deliberate, you can override the goodness of what they're doing. By adding this speed element at the start, actually forces you to feel that grip flipping open and the trail arm and the wrist extending out and the arm not bending so much and opening up. So trying to put some speed into this is the best way to get the feel of the pulls that are going to happen when you're doing it at a backswing speed. And this is how I would use this drill with driver and iron. I'm going to do one where I open up, and then I'm going to try and hit the ball. So way earlier, less waggles than I normally would. I'm really trying to blend those two actions into one. Same with the driver. If I was on a tee, I'm just going to feel that speed of that arm opening up. And then as long as I'm not playing for my handicap, I'm going to kind of blend that into my shot. Using the backswing to activate better downswings for golfers just simplifies everything for them to allow them to get the ordering on the downswing where they want to. Now, if you want to improve your setup with the driver to make sure this all falls into position, this video is everything you need. If you find this useful, make sure you hit that subscribe button.